Hi everyone, it's Tammy at Frou-frou Studio. Welcome back. Today I'm just going to do a little kind of craft with me session. I've been working on this little postal journal, so I thought I would just turn on the camera and we could do some crafting together. And as I work on some layouts for decorating the pages in this little guy. I don't know if you saw the video where I created this or not, but I made this little journal out of a priority mailbox. Just recycled it and cut it down. And I put a single signature in that is a mixture of Tracy Fox's Postal Scraps kit and just plain aged paper. This is older paper that's in here. So it's already kind of discolored, and then I went around the edges and tore them and inked them. So what I did, and I also am including this little double pocket that I made that has the flip out, has a flip out and a pocket on each side. This one has a double pocket, and I've just got it stuck down in the first pocket here on the front. And like I said, you could display that either way. You can take it out, open it up, you know, and write in it. And I'm just not having any luck getting that back down in there. Alright, cooperate. So I'm just taking the flap and trying my best to put this flap in this pocket. Why does this always happen when you're filming? Alright, there we go. So all the other Tracy, look at that. Still didn't get it. Oh my goodness. Let me pull it closer to me. Maybe I'll have better luck. All of the other Tracy pages that I put in here are top pockets. This should not be this difficult, guys. I'm telling you, if I wasn't trying to make a video, it'd have gone right in there. Okay, so all the other Tracy pages that I put in here are top pockets, and I have taken a tag from the kit and put down in there. They're not decorated right now. I just stuck them down in there. They all have writing spaces on the back. So there are 7 of those. There are 8 pockets, but there are only 7 tags because I put that other piece in the front. And then there in between is one of the writing pages. So what I want to do now is on the writing pages that are plain, I want to take these photos from the kit and make, in some cases, tucks, in some cases, we'll do maybe flip downs or flip ups. I don't want to take all the writing space away, but I don't want just plain white pages every other page, if that makes sense. So for this one, for the first one, I'm gonna make this a tuck, and I did cut this along the lines that it was in the kit, and so it has these little kind of tab looking things on it. So I want those to overhang the page just a little bit so that when you close it, they stick out. So we're going to work on that. In the center, I have a pocket that is a side pocket, and it has a tag down in it. And I also made this little bag out of some scrap duck cloth that I had that was already pretty grungy. It's got some rust stains and stuff like that on it. And I real roughly sewed it together to make this little bag to put the journal in, and then I stamped it with some stamps, put some more staining on it, tore some little ruffled things, and I also frayed it and pulled some of the stitching so that it didn't look so fresh and new. You can see I pulled some here and left the strings hanging out. So, and I figured out when I was doing this, I was going to change my thread, and I thought, no, I'm going to leave it because I want it to look real aged and worn and sloppy and whatever. And I figured out when I was making this, it's almost as hard to do something that intentionally looks bad than it is as it is to do something that's neat and clean. So, but I think that'll be a real cute, and the journal can go down in there. So, that's the plan. So, like I said, we're going to start with this one. We're going to put this guy here. I'm going to glue here and here and make him a tuck there. So, that's going to be what we do first. So, I want my glue here. And of course, my glue's not going to cooperate. So, I hope you all are staying cool during this extremely warm weather. It's a little bit cooler here today than it has been for the last few days. Okay, so that's the first one. And then we have this cute little guy on the bicycle. I just love him. And I also have, will he fit in here? He might be cute in there. These are envelopes that I cut out with Tim Holtz Chapter 3 die cuts. It's a little bitty envelope. Let me ink around it. And I think I may put him in one of these. Alright, so oops, wrong one. He's a little big. I don't want to cut him off too bad. Let me look at this one. See what he'll look like. Yeah, let's do this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pencil and just lightly mark around the where I want to cut it, and then cut just outside of where I mark, so it's a little bit bigger and gives me a lip to glue it on. I just love this Tracy Fox kit. I've used it. I did a big postal journal, and then I've used it in some other ephemera pieces that I've done too. It's a fairly big kit, and you get all kinds of different pieces, tags, and pockets, and full pages, and I'm looking for my pencil. So, oh, my pencil, my eraser. I know where my pencil is. I just used it. My eraser, so that I can erase my little line here. This is just a little fine-tipped eraser that I actually got for working with my colored pencils, but it works really well to get stuff off. Once you pencil mark it too, because it's got a really fine, it's like a point. It's called a mono zero, and it's a 2.3, so you can see it's got a really fine point to it. Alright, so let's put him in there. Not straight at all. There we go. Wipe off that excess glue so I'm not gluing my envelope shut. Okay, and then we will glue it up. I'm going to eat this too before I do that. I'm not going to worry about putting a second layer down in there. There's not enough white to bother me too bad. And then I think I'm going to make it like a little flip on the next. This page. And I think I'm just going to have it flip right over the edge like that, because since it's made out of the postal paper, it'll match just fine. Now, I think I'll put a stamp on it and a postmark just to kind of finish off the decoration. And then we've got a flip that we can flip up. And I think I'm going to put a piece of this airmail paper down in there so you can write on it. So if I tear it, onion paper is another word for this. Just fold that up, put it in there. Just have a little something, something. See, that's what I was worried about, that sticking, but I think I got it. Just like that, and then let's find us a stamp. I'm gonna go to the Tim Holtz stamps first. I know I've got some of those real little bitty ones, but I think I want one that kind of stands out more. Probably in a red or a blue. Just to kind of go with the other pages. So there's a green one. It says airmail. We'll save that one. Yeah, I think I'll do this red one. Just put that there. And then we'll put a postmark on it. Excuse the reach while I find it. We'll do that in black, I think. Just real lightly. We don't have to worry about it being, whoops. Be better off on my fingers, just like that. Okay, what are we gonna do on the next one? So we have flip out. We've got a tuck. So on this one, I have this actual airmail envelope. We could do maybe we do something like that. Or, because of the way this is bound, because it's a Midori, I could just stick it in there. just like that. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Yep, that works for me. Okay, let's see what we have here. Let's do, oh, that could be a cool up tuck. Need to trim it just a tad and poke this hole out. Do we need to reinforce that? Yeah, probably. This is just copy paper, so I probably want to put something else on too. So I'm going to glue it to this plain paper. Cut it out again. And then poke a hole in it and maybe put a grommet in that hole. Why? Because we can. I'll just cut right around it. Trying to be neat. Okay, so there's that. Let me get my crocodile. The little one, the big one is a little bit too big to go there. So I'm going to do the small one. And it's a little bit too small, but I would rather it be small than to rip a hole in my paper. And it doesn't want to punch well because I just glued that. So let's take some black soot and finish coloring that out. I don't think it'll show once the grommet goes in there, but just in case, we're just gonna kind of take care of that with black soot. And I'm also gonna do that on the back because I want to stick it out the top a little bit. Alright, so now let's get a small grommet, and hopefully I won't have the issue I was having with those other grommets the other day. My goodness. I did end up, if you saw that video, I did end up replacing those grommets with the bigger ones that worked well. And it turned out really, really good. Do I have it right here? Yes. So I ended up taking and putting the bigger ones in, and I used the copper. And then I took some of my copper wax and put on the top of that so it'd match. So this one is done, and I'll be taking photos and listing it on Sunday when I list my others. Both of them are done. This one and the circus one. And both of them came out really cute. This is the circus one. And like I said, I'll do a flip through and all that on Sunday for you guys. Okay, so back to the business at hand of getting this little grommet in here. I'm gonna have to cut my nails again. Once my nails get so long, I cannot do anything. It's like a Mexican jumping bean. It just doesn't want to stay in there. Okay. Switch this around to the smaller one. Let's see if we can give it a squish. I've got it pulled toward me so that I can see better. Forgive me for that. I'll be back to view in just a second. Okay, so there's that. And I think that's gonna be fine. It's smushed kind of weird too, but I can always, I don't know why. I'm telling you, these ones that I bought that are off-brand are awful. Just gonna kind of squeeze it with my needle nose. There we go. Okay, so then we can, oh, I need to trim this a little bit too, don't I? I'm just gonna kind of jiggly cut it on the edge. Kind of like, you know, just move my scissors back and forth. And take a little bit off this side too. There we go. And then we will glue this as an up tuck. And then we will dig through these futzy cut and tag pieces. Oh, there's one right there. Will that one fit? Yeah, but I don't like the colors. So let's see what else we have. We could do this little faux envelope. Is it too wide? No, that works well. Okay, so we'll leave that, and that'll be a writing space on the back as well, because it's just plain on the back. Okay, on to the next. I'm going to address all the fronts first, and then I'll come back and address the backs, because I can't decide. I may just do stamping on the backs so that you still have lots of writing space, and then add some embellishments to the fronts of the pockets that are printed. But we'll determine that. Alright, so now we've got this one, and we have the guy on the bicycle. We have this gent. We have this guy on the bicycle that's plain. Basically the same one. It's just one has background, one doesn't. We have this lady clerk. And then we have a couple of the post office itself. Maybe we break up using the people and put one of the post office before we go back to people. So we've got an up tuck. We can make this one maybe just a regular pocket with this tag down in it, because the blue and blue would go. And then put something else here. Let's do that. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm just going as I go. I have no plans. Like I said, I just turned on the camera today. I'm just gonna leave this regular copy paper because the tag is not heavy either. So I think it's gonna be plenty strong enough. I am gonna back the tag to give it a little bit more sturdiness so that I can get it in and out the pocket, but nothing. I'm not going to use cardstock. I've got some tea-dyed paper here. And we'll just glue it on that and cut it out again. And that's what we will use. And like I said before, when I'm doing a journal, if I take a writing spot away, I try to add it back in some way, whether it be a journaling card or back of a tag, a flip out, because I do want to give you guys journaling room. Because I know some of you actually do write in journals. I don't. Most of the journaling I do is through pictures and collected items and things like that. It's more like I do art journals or smash books than actual journaling for myself. Yeah, that's cute. And since we have this piece of faux twine right here, let's put some real twine. So I think if I do my small hole in the crocodile again, if I can get it, may not reach. Yeah, just barely. And then I take a piece of this twine. I'm almost out of this roll too. I really can't wait to get out of this one though, because this spool would be great to do like some kind of fabric thing on it, or even you could do a paper one, you know, a strip, but just not use the full width. So that one's a happy sad. Sad all my twine's gone, but happy that I have my spool. So that will go there, just like that, and I'm just going to tie a knot. Somehow. Or do I want to, let's staple it. I think it'll be better than causing a big knot. I think I can get a staple across that whole thing. Oh yeah, that worked. That worked really good. So now we can put that down in there. We have that one done. How long have I been gabbing? Oh, we're doing pretty good. Okay. So the next one would be, what do we want to do in the center spread? We've got 2 blank pages here. And then we've got our little flippy thing with our tag. So this may be where I want to use the bicycle guy. I really like the bicycle guy. He's my favorite. I may have to like clip that down in there or something so that it stays. Let's do that. Let's take just one of these little rusty paper clips here. See if I can get it on there. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, where were we? Center, center, center. It's turning out so cute already. Alright, so where's my bicycle guy? I really like my bicycle guy. Where'd you go, bicycle dude? Okay. Do we want to use the one with the background, or do we want to use the plain one? On here. I think we may want to go that route, but what do we want to put? Do we want to make a belly band? What can we make a belly band out of? I've got this, which is out of the Tim Holtz. It says airmail. I've got this out of the kit. It says give wings to your letters, but it's too long. If I use that, I'll have to split it up. I've got this, that's one of the strips, and it has little airplanes on it. Or we can do something wider and then come back. Oh, I like that. That's too wide though. How would we do that? We could do it. If we did it that way, it'd still stick out too much, but I could cut it. The envelope shorter. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Okay, I want to keep that piece out. I may not use it here, but I want to use it. I like it. Okay, so we could use this because we've got this one that says Air France. And then we could make a little pocket here, or we could just, okay, we're gonna glue both of these down just like they're just part of a collage. So we're going to glue that down. And we're going to ink around this guy. And we're going to glue this down. Kind of like that. And then we're going to take the airplanes and we're going to come across here somewhere, or maybe up here. No. Or maybe we do nope. I like the airplanes better. Let me ink it up. That's gonna make a big difference. I think I also have, I thought I had one of these that had like the, yeah, I do. Okay, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to kind of use it like washi, except I only want to glue it here and here. And then I want to grab, give me just a second. I want to grab some of these 49 and Market stamps. Let's ink those up. Another thing that I will never buy off-brand, unless you guys can tell me a better brand than what I got, are these. I got some, I think I got them from scrapbook.com, and I don't remember what brand they are, but they're not Rangers. And they're irritating me to death because you just, I mean, you can, not on this one, but wherever my vintage photo one is, you can see, I mean, that foam has not been used a ton, and the foam part came unglued from the Velcro part. And that has happened to me several times without much use, where the Ranger ones seem to last longer, and they can look as ratty as all get out and not come apart. So yeah. Okay, so there's my little belly band for my stamps, and I think that's cute. Okay, so we'll do that there. Sorry for my ranting in product reviews today, but it's just irritating that, yes, it's less expensive, but even if it's less expensive, you still spent money on it, and then for, you know, it to not even be worth what I felt like I spent on it, even though it was a discounted item from what I normally spend. It's ridiculous. I mean, I don't think that pad's been on there but just a few days. And that's just not going to work for me. So, personally, I will spend a little bit of extra and get the Ranger ones. Because I think you're saving in the long run, I guess. Okay, so what are we going to do over here on this other side? We don't want another photo, I don't believe. So we want probably something that we can either flip out, flip down. We got a pocket here, we got a belly band there. Even though it's a teeny one, it's still holding our very important little stamps. Where did I put? We've got an envelope there. Envelope there. I've got another one of these cut. What else do we have in our stack? I've got this big airmail thing that would almost do another belly band this way. I mean, you could do it this way too, but it's just not the full length of the page. But you could cut something, go behind it, and it could be full length of the page. I do like this tag. We could put that there. We could put it I don't know. Oh, I've also got this little piece, which is like a registered letter thing where somebody has to sign for it. And we could do it this way and make it a flip up. We could do it this way and make it a flip down. And then I also have this little registered letter. But technically, this probably folds over and is the seal. What else? I think the rest is like tags and little pieces. Let's do this. Let's do this, and let's do it a flip down. And let's do it over the page like that, because you could still write here. So let's cover it, because that's way too big of a contrast. Okay, here is the paper like I have in the journal. So it will match that. And if I do it, I want to cover this side. Talk to myself, and yes, I talk to myself when I'm journaling, because that's the only way sometimes when you're doing something that's a little complicated, it keeps me from making a mistake. Sometimes I make them anyway, and then I have to fuss at myself. But that's all part of it, isn't it? I'm my own worst critic, which I think most of us are our own worst critics. But that's okay. Most of the time, my criticism of myself, other than making fun of something that I did that was stupid, is trying to overthink everything and make everything perfect, and, you know, spending a lot of time moving stuff around and deciding on issues and stuff like that, when, you know, I keep having to remind myself, just do it. Just, you know, do what you feel. Usually if you do what you feel in the first place, it works out just fine. When you start second guessing everything, that's when I feel like that you're taking your creativity away, because in a lot of those instances you're trying to think about what everybody else wants to see, or whatever, instead of what you want to do. So I try not to do that if I can help it. But sometimes you get caught up in it, and that's what you spend a lot of unnecessary time, I guess, is what I'm saying. Second guessing what you're doing. And the thing is that, you know, regardless of what you do, what you make, whatever, there's always going to be people that like it and people who don't. You're not ever going to get 100% satisfaction from anybody. So, you know, to me, it kind of defeats the purpose of being creative and doing this because we enjoy it, if that's what you're worried about all the time. Okay, so it's going to flip down on this side, which means on this side we can glue it all the way down, because we can still write on it. Now I could make it another pocket, but I'm not going to worry about it. We're just going to glue it. I think we have enough pockets in this one. I know, I said it out loud, but yeah, I think we have enough pockets. Okay, I didn't need to put glue right there on that top edge, but I do want to put something there to cover that. Maybe we'll just do a little strip of this on there. I didn't pull out any washi. Need to do that. I don't know if I have the correspondence washi from Tim. Thinking I don't. That may be one of the only ones I don't have. Okay. So there's that. I got it a little bit crooked, but I think it'll be alright. Yeah. I'm just straightening it up. It can be a little tighter. I'll run a little bead of glue right down there at the bottom. And then it should be okay when it dries. Okay, so there's that one. And then we've got just the writing space there with a little bit of character. And so now we have this one, and let's see how long I've been going. I don't want to keep you guys too long. Oh, yep, we're going to end it there, and I might do one more video on this. You can see it's moving pretty quick, but I might do one more for tomorrow. And, yeah, get geared up for my July projects. So, again, thanks for joining me in my mayhem here. And, like I said, if you're experiencing the heat wave issues, please stay cool and stay safe. And, I will see you guys back. Have a great weekend. I'm sure I'll be seeing you before the weekend's over, but just in case you don't have, you have other things on your schedule and you weren't planning on watching videos this weekend, I hope you have a great weekend. And if that's the case, then I'll see you back the first of the week. Otherwise, I will see you soon. Everybody take care. Bye.